Hello and welcome to Bison Talks Impact, brought to you via the Total Nonstop Impact Network. And today I am joined by the two-time Impact Knockout champion, Deonna Purrazzo. Hiya, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. One thing I wanted to do before we get stuck into talking about Saturday's Hard to Kill, obviously you've got your title match there and pay-per-view against Taya Valkyrie, so that's going to be a big thing to talk about. I just wanted to congratulate you on not only being voted the Impact Knockout of the Year, but also the Impact Wrestler of the Year. You can't get much better than that.
It doesn't. There's no better fitting accolade for the Virtuosa than to be Wrestler of the Year and the Knockout of the Year. So thank you so much.
No, we really appreciate everything that you've done since you've arrived. So I think it's completely deserved. So that's absolutely superb. Now, did you think that back in April, when you appeared for the first time on Impact, you would have made such an impression on the Impact fan base in really what is quite a relative short space of time?
Yeah, not in my wildest dreams could I have imagined any of the last 7 months happening the way they happened. I think that I just really wanted someone to take a chance on me and someone to say, like, here's the ball and have fun with it. And that's exactly what Impact has given me the opportunity to do is really showcase who I've always thought I am and who I thought I could be. So, to be Knockout of the Year or to be Wrestler of the Year and have that be fan voted and to have them really, be invested in me and believe in me means more than I could ever imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the impression that you've made on the Impact fan base is I don't think I've ever seen it kind of quite as quick. The way that they've kind of warmed to you. I know that when you initially came in and you sort of kind of pretty much stormed straight to the Impact title, there was a lot of people that were like, oh man, that was quick, But I think what you've done since has totally proved them completely right. You guys, I think you've literally took the knockouts division by storm. So I think that's absolutely superb. Now, one thing I also wanted to ask you was, what do you think of the latest addition to the Impact Knockouts roster and the Susan? What are your thoughts there?
I didn't expect to meet Susan. That was not in my plans. But with every setback is moving forward, and I've been able to, we've been able to use Susan to our advantage, and I think that we'll be able to continue to only use her to our advantage moving forward. Definitely not what I expected, but we're just going to roll with it, and we're going to attempt to mold Susan into a mini Virtuosa if we can.
Well, that sounds a plan. That definitely sounds a plan. As you can add her to the Virtuosa era, as we were talking about this past week. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is obviously over the last few months, you've had some incredible matches towards the end of last year. One that stands out for me is the 30-minute Iron Man match that you had with Jordan Grace. Is there anything in that match that really stood out for you as being something special for the fans? Because I know that I know that the majority of the fan base absolutely loved that match.
Yeah, I think that was the first ever in itself. So I think that was super special. And I think, if I could speak for both myself and Jordan, I think to have that challenge presented to us that you're going to be, in the first ever Knockouts Iron Man match, and it's 30 minutes and you're the main event of our TV special at Emergence, kind of was like all of these things compiled on one. And we were like, how do we live up to this hype, right? And just being in that match itself, hands down, was like one of my favorite things I've gotten to do this far at Impact. So I'm the first ever Iron Woman of Impact Wrestling, so that's something I'm going to keep with me forever. No one can ever take that from me, and that's so special.
That's incredible. I mean, it was an impressive match. And like you say, it was a first for Impact Wrestling. And, you guys definitely didn't disappoint. So thank you, really. I mean, as a fan, as well as, an interviewer, and someone that talks an awful lot about Impact Wrestling, I'd like to say thank you for that match, because I thought it was incredible, and for me, it was probably the match of the year. But don't tell Eric and the Good Brother, don't tell any of those about that.
Thank you.
But for me, it was definitely there. Now let's talk about Sunday. Let's talk about Saturday in your title match with the longest reigning Knockouts champion of all time, Taya Valkyrie. And how did this? I mean, the way this sort of match came about over the last, the tail end of 2020. Obviously, we had the tag team stuff going on, and I think you could see the tension was building there. But do you see this as kind of like the ultimate, for you to sort of kind of cement yourself as the ultimate Knockouts champion by beating the longest reigning champion?
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. And when I accepted Taya's challenge, my biggest thing is if I defeat the longest reigning Knockouts champion, what does that say about me? It says that I can be the longest reigning Knockouts champion. It says that I can possibly become the greatest Knockouts champion of all time. And to have this opportunity at Hard to Kill to prove all of these accolades that I've accumulated over the last 7 months to be correct. It's not a one-hit wonder. I'm not a fluke. It's not, being placed in the ring with the longest reigning Knockouts champion, I'm going to back down, or I'm not going to get the job done. 100%, this is the toughest challenge I've had thus far. But it's not something I'm scared of. And I think that when I do defeat her at Hard to Kill, it's going to cement my legacy that much further at Impact.
I mean, I can't disagree with that, really. I think at the end of the day, if you do end up taking out Taya, it would probably be, one of the best achievements you've, to date. I'm not taking anything away from beating Jordan, Rosemary, Sue Young. At the end of the day, Taya is the longest reigning Knockouts champion at the moment, and I think that would be an incredible achievement for you. And of course, this all goes down this Saturday at Hard to Kill. Live on pay-per-view, so we're all looking forward to that. And again, I think the Knockouts are going to prove that they are, they are the showstoppers. Some of the matches that you guys have had over all the pay-per-views and over the last 12 months or so have proved that you guys are probably the best women's division, in the world. And of course, you've also got Kimberly by your side, who we all know is a phenomenal wrestler as well. So, I personally think you guys are going to be unstoppable in 2021. So I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing what you're going to bring to the table. Now, one of the other things I wanted to mention was that I believe you're also going to be part of the celebration event, which is to be held on Zoom. Now, I believe that's going to happen from 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, January 16th. Can you give an insight on what the fans can expect during this very special event?
Yeah, so it's very similar to what we did pre-Slammiversary with the first celebration. It's a virtual meet and greet, so to speak, and the fans are going to have the opportunity to talk to myself, to the Good Brothers, to the Motor City Machine Guns. There's a whole list of talent that are going to come on and spend some time with the fans, answering questions. The fans get exclusive merch when they sign up. So it's really exciting, because typically we've been able to do meet and greets beforehand, or have fans in the building, and with the way the world is right now, the best way to get that interaction is through Zoom and through virtual meet and greets. So to be able to do the celebration and to bring fans into a little bit behind the scenes at Hard to Kill is going to be just as exciting as if they could be there for real. So I'm looking forward to being able to answer some questions, to meet our the most supportive fans who join us for the celebration, and I think it'll be a really great 2-hour event.
I am. I'm extremely excited to you know, get involved. Now I believe it's $110. For that, I think you get a free T-shirt, you get a signed-in ring piece of tart from BFG, which is pretty cool. $25 gift voucher for shopimpact.com. You know, it's one hell of a value for money, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to be able to come on like we're talking now and talk to me, talk to some of your favorite Impact Wrestling superstars right before, you know, the first pay-per-view of 2021. You're going to kind of be able to ask us some questions and get in our head and then get to see us compete. So it's exciting. I'm so excited for Hard to Kill and for the celebration and to be able to bring the fans into our world a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing, and I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking of spending $110 myself to get involved in this one, and I could not recommend it enough to any of the Impact fans to get involved in this. It's a fantastic opportunity to get that, you know, get to meet the fans, especially in this time of the pandemic. You know, like we said, there's the Good Brothers, Deonna herself, Eric Young, Rich Swann, the world champion, is going to be getting involved in this. Don Callis, as we said, Motor City Machine Guns. I'm really excited about what we got coming with Hard to Kill. I'm very excited to see your match with Taya. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And that is all happening this Saturday at Hard to Kill, live on pay-per-view. Now, unfortunately, I think that's all we've got time for today. Yeah, so we're, you know, I know that you're on a really tight schedule. You know, you're speaking to lots of people today. So I just like to say, you know, where can we, you know, find any of your stuff online? Do you have any websites that we can visit to buy merch, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Everyone can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Deonna Purrazzo. And then, you know, obviously there's shopimpact.com, where you can get everyone's merch. I have my own merch store. That's deonnapurrazzo.bigcartel.com. But I have heard that we'll have some new Deonna Purrazzo merch up on shopimpact.com quite soon. So stay tuned for that and check it out, because there's some great merch for everyone up there.
Very exciting stuff. So you know, let's hope we get as many people on the celebration event and everyone getting involved in the pay-per-view. It's going to be an amazing night. There's some amazing matches planned, obviously including yourself and Taya with that Knockouts title match. And you know, I think I just cannot wait. So take care, everyone. This has been Bison Talks Impact with my very special guest, Deonna Purrazzo. Take care, guys.